I'm excited to announce the release of Beta 0.70. It comes with a lot of features that have been on my to-do list for a long time. But before I go over the most important changes, I'd like to say that the traffic light rework of this version will unfortunately break the traffic lights of existing worlds. As always though, I'd like to hear your feedback on the update. Let's dive right in. You can finally complete your railroad crossings. Crossing gates now come with two new variables, the light offset and the activation delay. With the light offset, you can control where the lights start on the gate. Set this value to anything higher than the gate length, and the lights will not render. Secondly, with the activation delay, you can set a time and ticks for how long it will take before the gate closes after initial activation. A railroad crossing is not complete without a bell. Introducing the new speaker block. Just like a gate, speakers are added through content packs. Right-click the block with the editor to select the type of speaker you'd like. After that, the speaker can be activated with a redstone signal or be paired with a traffic light control box. It's been a long time coming, but I'm happy that this version finally introduces trailers. You can now right-click a vehicle blueprint to add up to 3 trailers to any vehicle with a trailer hitch. If you want more than one trailer though, the trailer itself needs to have a hitch as well. You can check if a vehicle has these things in the attributes list inside the vehicle workbench. 2 trailers can furthermore be connected via an articulated joint. At this point in time, trailers only increase cargo capacity of the vehicle. For reference on how to set up trailers, just take a look at the default content pack. There have also been made changes to the inspector item. If hitboxes are enabled, the inspected vehicle will now also show its server-side hitbox. This can be useful when debugging since collision detection is server-side. With the ever-growing number of items in this mod, the inventory clogs up more and more. But fear not though, the toolbox has come to your rescue. It can carry up to 18 items specifically of this mod. Especially when building survival, this should help carrying all the different components around. A small thing has also been added to the sign workbench. Text labels can now be rotated around to create signs with angled text on them. Oh, and spawning nodes can be deactivated with redstone now. This is also shown when right-clicked with the inspector. Last but certainly not least, the reworked traffic lights. The core mod now only comes with one traffic light block. The different types now have to be added through content packs. Right-clicking the block with the editor will make you select one of such lights. When the selection is confirmed, you are greeted with a familiar looking screen. The only difference, bulbs are now added through content packs as well. That means you can easily add tons of new bulbs into the game. How vehicles will react to a bulb is displayed underneath the bulb's name in the list. Inside the traffic light controller, you will find that traffic lights are now precisely rendered on the map, showing exactly what they will look like in any given phase. Controlling a traffic light no longer makes use of rigid states. Instead, you can control each bulb individually. Simply clicking on the bulb that you want to change makes you cycle through all 6 bulb states. Note these 2 shortcuts though. When pressing shift while clicking a bulb, the clicked bulb is always set to on while all the other bulbs are turned off. When pressing the alt key while clicking a bulb, you immediately cycle between on and off without having to click through all the blinking states. As you might have noticed, the traffic light controller screen is now less cluttered. The cycle triggers, as well as the options to repeat or immediately start a cycle, are now inside a separate menu. Simply press the edit button. In the top left, you got your familiar 2 options. On the right, you got your cycle triggers. You can press the add trigger button to add a trigger. The redstone trigger lets you precisely say what the minimum and what the maximum signal strength needs to be. The time trigger goes far beyond simply day and night. Instead, you got the same control over when your cycle is triggered as you got over a spawning node. It's the same system. Lastly, the detector trigger. Once again, you can add the redstone signal strength that the detector needs to be outputting. Because you no longer have to connect the detector with the control box, you must now type in the detector's coordinates. By default, the cycle is activated when all its triggers are met, though you can gain maximum control over your cycle using the expression text field on the left. Here you can write your own logic expression. Say you want the cycle to activate when your first or your second trigger, but not both at the same time, are active. You can simply write 1 or 2 and not 1 and 2. If your expression is valid, it is shown above. So that's that. Please let me know your feedback, or when you find any bugs, join my Discord server where you can find the entire changelog of this version. And as always, have a good one, and many thanks for watching to the end.